The first lie, when humans discovered the power of imagination. For most of human history, survival was simple. If you were hungry, you searched for food. If you were cold, you found shelter. If a predator appeared, you ran. Everything was immediate. Everything was real. But at some point, long before cities, before writing, before agriculture, something extraordinary happened inside the human mind. We began to imagine things that weren't there. Not just memories, not just plans, but shared fictions. And that may have changed everything. Around 70,000 years ago, early humans were not the strongest species on Earth. We weren't the fastest. We didn't have claws or fangs. In fact, compared to other predators, we were fragile. Yet within a few tens of thousands of years, humans spread across continents, outcompeting species that had ruled their environments for millions of years. So what happened? Anthropologists often call it the cognitive revolution. But that phrase sounds technical, almost sterile. In reality, it was something deeply human. We learned how to tell stories, and more importantly, we learned how to believe them together. Other animals communicate. Wolves coordinate hunts, bees perform dances to signal food. But humans do something different. We can create ideas that exist purely in our collective imagination and treat them as real. A tribe could believe they were descended from a sky spirit. A group could agree that a carved stone represented power. Strangers could trust one another because they shared a myth. None of these things exist in the physical world, yet they shape behavior as powerfully as hunger or fear. This ability allowed early humans to cooperate in groups far larger than family bands. Trust no longer required personal familiarity. It required shared belief, and that changed the scale of everything. Think about it. Money is just paper. Nations are lines drawn on maps. Laws are agreements written in ink. Even human rights, arguably one of our most powerful ideas, are not physical objects. They are collective stories. But they are stories powerful enough to organize billions of people. And it all began with small groups of early humans sitting around fires, telling tales that bound them together. Stories about ancestors. Stories about spirits. Stories about who we are. Those stories created identity. Identity created loyalty. Loyalty created cooperation. And cooperation built civilizations. But here's the deeper question. Is it really a lie if everyone believes it? Or is imagination the most powerful survival tool we ever evolved? Our capacity for shared fiction allows us to build cities, launch spacecraft, and care about people we will never meet. It lets strangers collaborate across continents. It gives meaning to suffering and direction to ambition. At the same time, it can divide us. Stories can unite, but they can also exclude. The same ability that built civilizations can fracture them, which means the power that helped us survive the ice ages is still shaping our future, right now. So perhaps the most important moment in human history wasn't the invention of fire or the wheel. Perhaps it was the moment one human told a story, and another said, "Yes, I believe that too." Because in that quiet agreement, humanity discovered something extraordinary. Reality isn't just what we see, it's what we choose to believe, together.